Colorado High School Activities Association softball is on 1010 KSIR and the Eastern Plains Sports Network. From Jocelyn Needham Field, it's a Patriot League battle as the Brush Bee Diggers entertain the Eaton Reds along with Evan James. I'm John Beltran. We'll be with you throughout the course of all 16 regular season games. The Bee Diggers off to a good start as they won 17-1 in their opener against the Platte Valley Broncos on Thursday. We'll get to the starting lineups here momentarily, at least for Eaton. We just received that lineup right now. Starting lineup brought to you by
B&B Appliance. B&B Appliance and Repair. From refrigerators to vacuums and everything in between. They have exactly what you need and service it too.
That's B&B Appliance. Batting first will be Blake Duncan. The second hitter is the third baseman, Jennifer Jarnigan. Opening pitch is brought to you by
High Plains Bank, your friendly local community bank serving Wiggins and all surrounding areas. Find out more at highplainsbank.com.
And the pitcher is Braylon Rule, and that is low. 1 ball and no strikes. 1-0 to the opening hitter, Blake Duncan. It's a good team for Eaton. Swing and a miss. Solid Eaton softball team. Kylie Abreu at first, Annalise Glosson at second, Alexis Corrals at third. The shortstop is Riley Lake around the outfield. Madeline Paulson left, Brooke Rulin center, Olivia Odlin right, and that's a strike on the outside corner behind the plate. Grace Georgiou, who had a grand slam and 5 RBIs in the victory on Thursday. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Eaton certainly one of these top 5 teams in the Patriot League. University, the favorite, swung on and lined up the middle for a base hit into center field by Blake Duncan on a 1-2 pitch. That'll send up Jennifer Jarnigan. And again, we will set up this lineup as the batters come to the plate since we just received them right here at game time. Jarnigan for the right side. And the offering. That is taken for a strike on the outside corner. No balls and 1 strike. Here to Jarnigan. And the pitch, and that bounces in, blocked nicely by the veteran catcher Giorgio. And the count is level at 1-1. Yeah, we'll get the book here on Eaton here coming up momentarily. And the offering, swung on and grounded, just foul down the third base side. Count is sitting at 1 ball and 2 strikes. Temperature right now in Brush is 84 degrees at game time. And Braylon Rule delivers. Swung on line foul up the third base side towards the Eaton dugout. And again, there are some COVID restrictions, although fans have filed in and everybody seems comfortable wearing a mask coming in and social distancing as much as possible. 1 ball and 2 strikes. The base hit by Blake Duncan to begin the game. And the pitch, and that is outside. Ball 2, strike 2. Brush defeated Eaton, I believe, 3 times last season on their way to the state championship game. And the pitch, swung on, tapped foul, third base side. This is a good at bat here by Jarnigan. Excellent at bat. Count remains at 2-2. Long at bat at that. And Rule delivers. Swung on line. That's going to drop for a base hit into left field. Advancing to second is Duncan. Let's see who are. We have 22. I'm not sure who that is on the roster here. Let's see if we can get a number. We had that earlier. 22 here for the pitch. outside. 1 ball and no strikes. Yeah, I think that might be Sadie Ross. Swung on and grounded foul. That would be the freshman. Let's see if that's the deal. Count at 1-1. Yep. That is Sadie Ross, the freshman pitcher. 1 ball and 1 strike, 2 on, nobody out. Top of the first inning in the pitch. And that is taken for a strike on the outer half. Count is sitting at 1 ball and 2 strikes. Brush already in a jam here in the first. Swung on, grounded slowly to third, and stepping in the back corral. Throw to first going to be late. But the fielder's choice, 5 unassisted. Also known as 5 unassisted, John. And there's 1 down. So they get the lead over at third base. And still first and second, but with 1 out. Let's see, we have 27 stepping in. Let's see if we get a... That's got to be Puente, and that's a strike. Yaritza Puente. 0-1. The right-hander Rule with the 0-1 pitch outside to the screen. Giorgio chases it down, but the wild pitch will send the runners to second and third. 1 ball and 1 strike. 2 in scoring position right now with 1 down at the top of the first. And that one bounces in and I nearly clipped the hitter. 2-1 on Yaritza Puente. John Beltran with Evan James. Here in the top of the first inning. And the offering. Swung on and tapped to third. Corral's going to go to the plate. High throw! And scoring is going to be Duncan. And Puente, the base runner, the hitter to second. That'll be an error on Corral. Had an easy play at the plate. Made an awful throw. It airmailed the catcher. And it's 1-0 Eaton. And that will send up the number 5 hitter in the lineup, Jamie Woody. Righty against lefty. And the pitch. Fastball is upstairs. Well, they're all really fastballs, but the change, all these pitchers can pull that string as well. 1-0. Giorgio setting up right over the middle of the plate. That's high. Throw back to third. Back in. Diving is Jarnigan. 2 balls and no strikes. No RBI there by Puente. There is a courtesy runner out at second. 1-0 Eaton. And the offering. Swung on line. Base hit into left center field. That will score a run. The courtesy runner is around third. Throw towards the plate is going to be there. The slide. Safe. Underneath the tag, it's a 2-run single for Jamie Woody. She advances to second on the throw home. And Eaton leads Brush 3-0. That'll send up the 6 hitter in this lineup. It's Olivia Comer.
Greg Mullen, State Farm Insurance. Like a good neighbor, Greg Mullen and his team are there to make sure the insurance world easy for you. Call them today, 842-4555.
3-0 Eaton. They've racked up a few base hits here in the first inning. 3 base hits. Swing and a miss. Pulled the string a little bit. No balls and 1 strike to the right-handed hitter. 6th hitter in this lineup. The B-Diggers have committed a critical error in the inning. And the pitch. That's up and away, and the count levels at 1-1. And if today isn't tough enough for Brush, they've got University and Greeley on Tuesday, the defending state champions who graduated just 2 starters. So that opponent might even be more challenging than today's. That is up and in. Ball 2, strike 1. Again, they had a chance to cut down the first run at the plate, but an errant throw was able to plate the first run, and you cannot give the opposing team like this an additional out. 2 balls and 1 strike. And the offering. That is right there on the outer half at the knees, and the count levels at 2-2. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Jamie Woody at second, 3 across in the first, and the offering. Swinging a foul. Pulled the string up in the zone. And it remains at 2-2. Again, we'll have all 16 regular season games. And a lot of them will be good. Sterling, Eaton, all these teams twice. Strasburg, who Sterling defeated on Thursday 9-5. Of course, University, the pitch swung on and fouled to the backstop. Remains at 2-2. Two balls and 2 strikes. Here to Olivia Comer. A lot of pitches thrown by Rule in the inning. Swinging a foul when they make contact on everything. She had 7 strikeouts in the victory against Platte Valley on Thursday. She did that in 3 2/3 innings. I don't think she'll pick up 7 today, not against this team. This is the contact hitting team as they've shown already. The number 2 hitter, Jarnigan, fouled off a lot of pitches. Comer doing the same. Swung on and lifted, and that's going to be caught by the first baseman, Abreu, on a flare to her right. She had to backstep a couple of paces there, and there's 2 down. Two down here in the top of the first inning. And Brooke Beacom is the hitter. With a runner at second. And that bounces in. And Giorgio, nice job of blocking it for Grace Giorgio. 1 ball and no strikes. Yeah, there's not much. There's a little bit of a wind to speak of beyond center field. You can see the Bee Digger flags and the U.S. flag blowing a little bit. I'm not sure if it's blowing laterally. The pitch. Swing and a miss down and in. Count levels at 1 ball and 1 strike. Here to Brooke Beacom. Eaton has 3 across. And Air scored a run and a 2-run single by Jamie Woody. And the pitch. Swung on and grounded to third. And corrals it, play off her glove to the shortstop, Lake. And she throws it over the head of the first baseman, Abreu. Run's going to score. We'll call that a single and a single and an error. Scoring the run, it's 4-0 Eaton. The error by the shortstop. I'm not sure she would have had her there, but definitely the miscue. And Eaton scored 2 of their runs on errors by the Bee Diggers. And we know it's early, but 4 hits already in the inning for Eaton, and they've capitalized on 2 errors. The pitch, down and in. This is the 8th hitter of the inning. Alexis Schmidt. Braylon Rule, the sophomore, delivers. Swung on, tapped slowly to third. Corrals got it. Throw to first is in time. And that finally does it here for the Eaton Reds in the top of the first inning. They do score 4 runs on 4 hits. There were 2 Bee Digger errors and 1 left. Let us head to the bottom of the first inning. It is Eaton 4, Brush coming to bat on 1010 KSIR and the Eastern Plains Sports Network. Let's head to the bottom of the first inning. Eaton scored 4 runs. Here come the Bee Diggers. Bee Diggers starting lineup brought to you by
Buildings by Design. When it comes to experience, Buildings by Design is the best in the business. Quality, commitment, and experience makes Buildings by Design the only choice when it comes to your next project.
That's a fastball for a strike down the middle. No balls and 1 strike to Brooke Rule against Sadie Ross, the freshman pitcher. Batting second for the Bee Diggers is Annalise Glosson. Grace Giorgio, who had the grand slam and 5 ribbies, bats third, swinging a foul to the screen. Third baseman Alexis Corrals, the cleanup hitter. The pitcher Braylon Rule hits 5th. Natalie Post, the left fielder, hits 6th. Right fielder Olivia Odell bats 7th. The shortstop is hitting 8th. That's Riley Lake, and Kylie Abreu, the first baseman, bats 9th. No balls and 2 strikes here to Brooke Rule, senior center fielder. And the pitch swung on and tapped foul up the first base side. Yeah, beginning on Tuesday against University, we'll have some Facebook Live look-ins. In fact, we're still counting down the top 25 Brush Bee Digger softball wins of the 2010s. That list has slowed down a bit, but the top 5 will be revealed this week. Swung on and tapped foul, check swing on a ball that was in on the right-handed hitter. And the count remains at 0-2 as the Bee Diggers are in a hole here already in the bottom of the first inning, trailing 4-0. 2 runs scored on errors, and Jamie Woody had a 2-run single. The pitch, and that is off the catcher to the screen. Count is at 1-2. Yuritsa Puente the catcher. Jamie Woodley at first, Alexis Schmidt at second. The third baseman is Jennifer Jarnigan. Blake Duncan at short, Olivia Comer in left field, Emma Pinkstaff in center. And that is on the outside corner. Brooke Beacom in right. Called strike 3. And Brooke Rule is out number 1. Here's the left-handed hitting Annalise Glosson. She had 4 RBIs in a 16-run victory. And again, you don't win today. It's going to be tough to do it on Tuesday against University. You might fall in that little hole that you don't want to get into, going 1-2 after 3 games. That's a strike right down the middle, thigh highs, no balls and 1 strike. Yeah, this Sadie Ross is going to be very special for Eaton for the next 4 years.
She sure is. I mean, she looks fast.
Yeah, she's bringing some heat, without a doubt. And the offering. There's another one right there. Well, and you know, Evan, it's presence. You have to have presence. She just looks like she commands that circle there.
Oh, yeah.
0-2. And the pitch. That is right there on the outer half. I mean, those are 3 pitches, 2 of them down the middle. And Annalise Glosson did not pull the trigger. There's 2 down. That'll send up Grace Georgiou.
She had that grand slam last week, and hoping something happens here.
Yeah, Grace Georgiou had that grand slam in the second inning, the pitch, and she fouls it all the way to the corresponding field off to our right. No balls and 1 strike. Yeah, she's a very experienced hitter, but so is Rule. But Rule did battle before being struck out earlier in this frame. 4-0 Eaton in the bottom of the first inning. And the pitch swung on. That ball is drilled and caught. A line drive that was caught by the second baseman, Alexis Schmidt. And the Bee Diggers are retired 1-2-3 in the bottom of the first inning. Well, the Eaton Reds certainly won that frame. Let's head to the second. It is Eaton 4, Brush nothing on 1010 KSIR and the Eastern Plains Sports Network. Let's head to the top of the second inning. In the second here, Eaton is in the lead 4-0 along with Evan James. I'm John Beltran. A 2-run single by Jamie Wood was the big hit. 9-1-2. And that off-speed pitch is down and away. 1 ball and no strikes. Here to Emma Pinkstaff. Swung on, grounded foul up the third base side. Count levels at 1-2, 1-1. Here to Pinkstaff, followed by Blake Duncan and Jennifer Jarnigan. And the offering swung on and lifted into shallow left field. Coming on and making the running catch is Nadeline Poss. There's 1 down. Had a nice jump on that. And that's what the Bee Diggers did not get in the top of the first inning. Sharp defense, because they could have held that Eaton team off the board.
They sure could have.
But the 2 errors cost them. The pitch down and away to Blake Duncan. She singled and scored in the first inning. Bee Diggers went down in order in the bottom of the first. And the offering swung on and tapped foul to the backstop. Count stays at 1-1. Premier Farm Credit understands production ag. They've been serving our rural communities for over 100 years with locations in Sterling, Fort Morgan, Yuma, and Holyoke. That's Premier Farm Credit. And the pitch. And that is inside, just inside, maybe a little bit high. Ball 2, strike 1. And when you have two good teams like Brush and Eaton, these games go by quickly. We sat through an hour and a half of 4 innings on Thursday. The offering way outside. Ball 3, strike 1. Here to Blake Duncan. These teams will meet again, of course, later this season in Eaton. 1 down the pitch, and that bounces in. It's a walk. That'll send up Double J here. Jennifer Jarnigan for Eaton, looking to extend a 4-0 lead. The Bay Diggers are double play death. Well, we know in softball, especially when you have speed at the plate, it's tough to turn one with these short bases. Runner going, throw to second. Georgiou off her knees, and it's an easy stolen base. Nothing she could do there. It's an easy steal for Blake Duncan.
Just had that speed, and if you got that speed, you're going to get there.
Yeah, she had fast and got off to a
good start.
Good start, yep. 1 ball and no strikes. Eaton looking to extend a 4-run advantage with 1 out in the second. The pitch swung on and chopped to second. That's a base hit to the right of Glosson. Rounding third is Duncan. She will score. It's another base hit for Jennifer Jarnigan. She's 2 for 2. Eaton 5, Brush nothing in the top of the second inning. Just a little bit to her right. And once it got through quickly. Of course, in softball, it's just clay. Mm-hmm. So these infields are quick. Very quick. And if you hit it on the ground, that was about a 3-hopper out there. And the offering. That's a strike at the knees. No balls and 1 strike to Sadie Ross. Hit into that fielder's choice to third in the first. A wine in the offering. Outside corner, throw back to first, back and diving is Jarnigan.
Morgan Community College. MCC is here to make your dreams become a reality for both traditional and non-traditional students. Check them out today at morgancc.edu.
And the pitch swung on and lifted a short. Riley Lake going out, still going out, and did she make the catch? A beautiful catch. Back to first is Jarnigan. She was in shallow left field about 3 steps out into the grass and fell right to the ground, but made the catch. The two-handed grab, and there's 2 down. Excellent defense there by Brush. Not an easy play. And here comes Yaritza Puente. She hit that grounder to third that Corral airmailed the catcher Georgiou and enabled the run to score. And they got Eaton off to a 1-0 lead. The pitch down and away. Runner going to second. The throw is up the shortstop side. It'll be a stolen base for Jarnigan.
John, those little things add up. And we've even seen this at this game here. And back in Black and Platte Valley as well. So.
Yeah, you get a runner in scoring position. She gets a base hit. They'll extend the lead to 6-0. And the offering. Swing and a miss. What a beautiful changeup by sophomore Braylon Rule. And the count levels at 1-1. Gorgeous pitch. Now, you could have that as your out pitch. An out pitch would be with 2 strikes when you're anticipating that heater. 1-1. Eaton has a run across into second. The offering. Swung on and grounded to second slowly. Glosson charges, fields, throws for the out. And the Reds do score a run, though, in this frame. They've extended the lead. We have played an inning and a half in Brush in this Patriot League softball game between the Bee Diggers and the Eaton Reds. The score, Eaton 5, Brush nothing on 1010 KSIR and the Eastern Plains Sports Network. The Eaton Reds lead the Brush Bee Diggers. This is Brush Bee Diggers softball on 1010 KSIR and the Eastern Plains Sports Network. The score is 5-0. I'm John Beltran with Evan James as Eaton scored 4 in the first, getting a 2-run single from Jamie Woody. And then another run in the second. And Sadie Ross looked pretty impressive there, Evan, in the bottom of the first inning.
She just commanded that area and threw some nice pitches.
Yeah, the Bee Diggers had a couple of struggles there. They struck out twice. Here's Alexis Corral. Corral had a big game. I don't think they retired her at all on Thursday. The Bay Diggers, coming off that big win, now need to break out the sticks in this inning. Fastball is low. Corral, Braylon Rule, and Madeline Poss in the bottom of the second inning. Eaton with a 5-run lead. The Bee Diggers are wearing their gold uniforms. Swung on and grounded to third on 2 hops. The throw to first is right there as Jennifer Jarnigan retires Alexis Corral. 1 down for Braylon Rule. With the black pants for Brush and Eaton in their red pants and their white and red jerseys with the stripes across the middle there. The pitch. Fastball is up and off the glove of the catcher Puente. 1 ball and no strikes. 4 up, 4 down for the Bee Diggers so far. Looking to claim some momentum. Wind and pitch. Swung on and lifted over the pitcher towards second on 1 hop. Throw to first. And just in time, Braylon Rule got down the line, but Alexis Schmidt was able to retire the opposing pitcher. And there's 2 down for Madeline Poss.
No, Braylon was fast, but just in time.
Well, if it took a second hop, she would have beat it out. But that first hop, the pitch, fastball is upstairs. It's 1 ball and no strikes. Here to Madeline Poss. Well, the Bee Diggers have some first-year starters as well, so that's going to be a challenge early in the season. And the pitch, swing and a miss, blew it right by her.
I just have a feeling that it's going to be a little hard to time her up this first time around.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, second time around the order, they'll be able to make the adjustment. 1 ball and 1 strike, the offering. Ooh, swing and a miss again, threw it right by her. She's got to crank that baby a little bit earlier.
Mm-hmm.
If not, Poss is going to go down swinging here. She's got to get ready a little bit quicker. But you never know. If she throws her a changeup and she swings early, then it's another issue. Swung on and fouled. Nice adjustment. Fouled it off to the right. A late swing. But she shortened up the swing, which is what you have to do when you're down in the count. 1 ball, 2 strikes. We're in the bottom of the second inning. Eaton 5 and the Bee Diggers nothing. A 4-run first inning has propelled Eaton out to this lead on what's going to be a hot Saturday in Brush. The pitch. Swung on, lined, and caught. Nice solid shot, but caught by the first baseman, Jamie Woody. The Bee Diggers hit the ball well on a couple of occasions in the inning, but unfortunately, nothing to show for it. They retired 1-2-3 for the second straight inning. We head to the third in Brush. Eaton 5, Brush nothing on 1010 KSIR and the Eastern Plains Sports Network. On the Eastern Plains Sports Network, along with Evan James, I'm John Beltran. We head to the bottom. Check at the top of the third inning. Eaton 5, Brush nothing. 4 runs in the first and 1 in the second for the Reds. Braylon Rule delivers all the way to the screen, way outside. 1 ball and no strikes. Jamie Woody had a 2-run single. And the pitch down and away. 2-0. Yeah, this is going to be a 5, 6, and 7 hitters. The offering. Swung on and grounded to third. Corral to her right. Got it. Solid throw to first for the out. That should have been ball 3. That would have been ball 3. Looked like she hit that off the shoe tops.
Yeah.
1 down for Olivia Comer, who flew out her first time up. Well, that helps because that would have been a 3-0 count. Then you're facing the prospect of the leadoff hitter being on again. A beautiful off-speed pitch for a strike up in the zone. On the outer half, it's 0-1. Comer at 0 for 1. All the John Deere equipment for your operation is at 21st Century Equipment in Sterling and Fort Morgan. The pitch up and in. Count levels at 1-1. Again, Brush and University from Greeley on Thursday, 4 o'clock. And we'll have it right here on 1010 and as well as KSIR.com and the Eastern Plains Sports Network. That's where we'll have the first of our Facebook Live look-ins. That's the plan on the road once we get to Greeley on Tuesday. Swung on and chopped to short. Lake has got it. Sets, throws, 2 down. And that's the difference. If you get that defense in the first inning, we're not looking at a 5-0 game.
Yeah. Now we're starting to tighten up and looking a lot better here.
Without a doubt. Some good plays being made, especially on the left side of the infield where the ball's being hit. Here is Brooke Beacom. She had a base hit her first time up. And the pitch is a strike. 5 runs on 5 hits for Eaton. No runs on no hits for Brush. They've committed the game's only 2 errors. It's a quick-moving game. Both teams playing solid defensively right now. The pitch swung on line foul up the third base side, and it's 0-2.
She had that hard swing. Oh, man.
Yeah, opened up a bit, swung a little bit early, and hit it well, but most definitely foul. 0-2 here to Beacom. 2 outs, and the base is empty in the third. The pitch. Upstairs, pulled the string on that one. 1-2. 1-2 to Beacom, the number 7 hitter in this lineup. Swung on it, lifted deep into left field, way back, and that is gone. It's a home run on a 1-2 pitch. Down in the zone. No doubt she got all of that softball. And Eaton now leads 6-0.
Solid, solid, solid. That's all you got to say about that one.
Well, I wouldn't say it was a golf swing, but that's what she did. She elevated that softball.
Oh, yeah.
So Eaton has now scored in every inning. 4 in the first, 1 in the second, 1 here in the third off the home run from Brooke Beacom. Alexis Schmidt grounded out her first time up. Yeah, she wanted to pull the string on Beacom and couldn't get it done. And that is a little bit low. On the inner half, 1 ball and no strikes. And it doesn't matter where in the lineup. That's the number 7 hitter hitting a home run. And Braylon Rule delivers. That is just a little bit up and away. And those are close pitches. 2 balls and no strikes. Emma Pinkstaff waits to hit next. And the offering. That clipped her on the right foot. Well, you know, they say the third out's the most difficult to get, as Pinkstaff, who flew to left, is going to be the hitter. And Braylon, a young pitcher, just has to settle down here.
She needs to find her comfort zone and start throwing them pitches.
Well, I mean, that's what she had, and then all of a sudden the home run, and you give up the home run.
Get out of it.
And she threw 3 pitches in a row. That 2 of them were pretty close, but then that last one, obviously, was nowhere close. It was just close to the hitter. Runner at first with 2 down. The number 9 hitter. And Pinkstaff. That's a strike. No balls and 1 strike. With Alexis Schmidt at first base. And the delivery. A little bit outside. She's got nice movement on that ball, especially when it's tailing away. But just missing the corner. 1-1. And the Bee Diggers will be looking for their first hit with the bottom of the order. When they get to the plate, the pitch. Swung on and lifted into shallow center field. That ball is going to be caught easily. And the play is made out there by Brooke Rule, the senior center fielder. And that does it for the Reds. In the third inning, they score a run on a home run from Brooke Beacom, and they leave 1 at first base. We head to the bottom of the third. The score, Eaton 6, Brush nothing on 1010 KSIR and the Eastern Plains Sports Network. Olivia Odell is now the hitter, swinging a foul to the screen. No balls and one strike as we begin the bottom of the third, that is. Eaton 6, Brush nothing at Jocelyn Field in Brush. 7, 8, and 9. Odell, Lake, and Abreu against the right-hander, the freshman Sadie Ross. The pitch, swinging a foul to the backstop. Major heat right down the middle. It's 0-2. Of course, a good time to fill up your cooler, gas up your car. It's Stubbs Gas and Oil. Easy and convenient. Makes them the only stop you need on your way to the big game. Stubbs Gas and Oil. 0-2 pitch. Oh, swing and a miss and a changeup. Ball is dropped. Puente's going to have to throw her out. Throw to first is going to be in time. And the strikeout is recorded. And Olivia Odell is out number 1. That'll send up Riley Lake.
Number 17, Riley Lake.
Let's see what the numbers are looking for Ross right now. That is her third strikeout. She struck out the first 2 hitters of this game. The pitch up and in. 1 ball and no strikes to the senior shortstop, hitting for the right side. Both teams have 8 right-handed hitters and 1 lefty. Glosson for Brush, Jarnigan for Eaton. The pitch, strike at the knees. It's 1-1. I mean, I don't think this Eaton team's going to be on the field more than 5 minutes at a time the way Ross is pitching.
She's just solid.
Swung on and tapped foul to the backstop. It's 1-2. B-Diggers just want to go 7 strong innings here. And again, after that first inning, it's been tight, but 4 runs in the first. That's why the game right now is well in control of the Reds, up 6-0. 1 out and the base is empty. Ross is retired 7 in a row, up and in. Ball 2, strike 2. Riley Lake opens up that stance a bit. Changeup is up and in. It's a full count. I believe this is the first full count that a B-Digger hitter has attained to this point in the game. And the payoff. Swung on and fouled back. Good swing there by Lake. Remains at 3-2. Abreu waiting to hit next. Got a nice crowd for this game. Yeah, you wouldn't know it's a COVID game, so to speak. The pitch, swing and a miss through the fastball right by her. Lake strikes out. Strikeout number 4 for the freshman Sadie Ross, and there's 2 down. Here's Kylie Abreu. Abreu reached base a couple of times against Platte Valley, but of course the big hits really came from Corral and Georgiou. The pitch, low. 1 ball and no strikes, and it's very hard to see that changeup out of her hand when she throws it because she doesn't really slow down that delivery at all. It's just the way the ball comes off her fingers. The offering, swung on and popped foul over the press box. Count evens at 1-1. To Kylie Abreu, the B-Digger first baseman. She's got a big strike zone, tall girl, very tall hitter. 1-1 with 2 down and the bases empty in the bottom of the third inning. And the pitch. And that one bounces in. I think she tried to throw some sort of screwball or something. That was certainly not coming with a heat. Or if she pulled the string, she pulled a couple of strings there. 2-1. Catcher Puente sets up on the outer half. And the pitch is up and away. 3-1. Well, this would be a little bit of a victory if Brush can get their first base runner on in this frame.
That would be very nice.
Well, then they got to get somebody to scoring position to have a chance to score. The offering, swung on and grounded to third. This will be a routine play, and the throw to first is made by Jennifer Jarnigan for the out. 1, 2, 3 for the third consecutive inning for Sadie Ross. She's retired the first 9 B-Diggers. We head to the 4th inning from Joslyn Field and Brush right after this Eaton 6, Brush nothing on 1010 KSIR and the Eastern Plains Sports Network. To the top of the fourth inning we go. In Brush, Eaton 6, Brush nothing in the second softball game of 2020. I'm John Beltran with Evan James, and the Reds will be sending up the top of the order, Blake Duncan, who is singled and walked. And the pitch, down and away. 1 ball and no strikes. Duncan, Jarnigan, and Ross in the fourth. The offering right there. Nice pitch with some tail action to it. On the outside corner. Count evens at 1-1. And the offering. Swung on line and right through the first baseman, Abreu. She dropped the glove. We're going to call that an error. That should have been easily caught. She had the glove right there. Yeah, that's going to be a tough error, but, well, what do you think, Evan?
I think that's one of those things where if you don't lift that up, you're not going to get it.
Yeah, I'm going to call that an error. I mean, I think that's an easy play. It was right to her, and she kind of lowered her glove. I'm not sure why. It's a tough error, but I think she would have told you that she should have caught that ball.
Yeah, might have just surprised her or something.
Yeah. The pitch swung on and grounded foul up the third base side. Jennifer Jarnigan is 2 for 2. So now you're in major trouble if you're the Bee-Diggers down 6-0. I mean, it was hit sharply, but the glove was there, and all of a sudden she lowered the glove, and it went over the glove.
Yep.
If the glove doesn't even move, it's an easy line drive for an out. And that's the only reason. If she had to lunge or something, it's a clean base hit. So that was just a little bit of a misjudge there, and that is outside. Ball 1, strike 1. Again, I know it's a tough play, but these players expect a lot of themselves, so we have to score it that way. Eaton has scored in every inning. And looking for another in the fourth inning, up 6-0. The pitch swung on in line foul up the third base side past the Eaton dugout. 1-2. Where's the equipment now? Is the equipment?
Well, it looks like some is on the outside.
Yeah, maybe it's beyond the dugouts. Past the dugouts. We can't see them from here. I'm sure they are. Yep. Eaton has theirs up the left field side hanging on the fence. You can see it from here. And the pitch swung on and lifted to left field. Coming on, still coming and reaching out and dropping the ball is going to be Natalie Poss. Right in her glove. Second consecutive error by Brush that was right in her glove, and she just dropped it.
Right in and right out.
Fourth error of the game by the Bee-Diggers. And here's Sadie Ross. Hit into a fielder's choice and lined out. Well, this is the same kind of defense we saw in the first inning. When Brush committed 2 errors, that led to 4 runs. And Eaton about to break this wide open. Up and away. Paul did a nice job of closing the gap there. But it had to go right off her glove, and this is something head coach Tom Odell will be addressing this week. Short amount of time between today's game and the University game on Tuesday. Inside corner for a strike. Count levels at 1-1. Here to the number 3 hitter, Sadie Ross, has retired all 9 Bee-Diggers she's faced. Pitching a gem is that freshman. The pitch swung on, drilled foul. About 20 feet foul up the left field side. Well, and when you look at it in practicality, this is the first game of the season for Brush. Platte Valley's so young, they were going to win that game automatically. I mean, their real games are against teams like Eaton and Sterling and Strasburg, and, of course, University. The pitch, that hitter, came inside, got her on the lower back, and the bases are loaded. Brush doesn't want a huge inning. If not, forget about going to the 6th or 7th. We'd have trouble going to the 5th inning. Yaritza Puente is the hitter here. She is 0 for 2. Reached on an error and grounded to second.
Wiggins Electric has been servicing the surrounding area since 1966 with complete electrical and Valley Center pivot installations. Also your local bush hog and coyote dealer. Visit WigginsElectric.net today.
Grounded for a base hit into right center field. 1 run is in. And a second run scores as crossing home plate is Jarnigan. A 2-run single from Yaritza Puente. Eaton now leads Brush 8-0. And the trail runner advances to third.
We have a courtesy runner now at first.
Yeah, that's Meager over at first base. Julie Meager for Yaritza Puente. But Eaton's got this game well in hand right now, up 9-0. And the pitch swung on and grounded sharply into right center field. That's a base hit. Run scores. Meager to third. The throw's going to be late, and it skips by to the fence. And the hitter to second. It's an RBI. Now it's 9-0 on the base hit by the number 6 hitter, Jamie Woody. Actually, the number 5 hitter in the lineup. Woody also had a 2-run single. So now it's 9-0. And Olivia Comer, who was 0 for 2, popped out and grounded out, will now bat. But again, you had a line drive that could have been caught, a fly ball that should have been caught. You have 2 outs and the base is empty. That changes the inning. But with those 2 errors, now Eaton's starting to take advantage, and that's up and away. 1 ball and no strikes. 4 in the first. A run in the second, a run in the third. And 3 so far here in the fourth with nobody out. A 9-0 Reds lead. Jamie Woody now has 3 RBIs in the game after that base hit. 1-0. Swung on and lifted into foul territory and over the first base side. Count levels at 1-1 to Olivia Comer. Crystal clear ice, good for any drink any time of year. You can pick it up at your local grocery or convenience store in Northeast Colorado today. That's AC Ice.
Could use some of that right now.
Yeah, that's 2 games in a row we've said that. We might be saying that for about 10 games in a row. Temperature is going to be in the hundreds today and tomorrow and Monday. And the offering. Swung on. That ball is lifted into shallow right field to her left. And the ball is dropped out there. A run's going to score. It'll be a sac fly with an error. 3rd error of the inning. The ball was dropped by Olivia Odell. It's 10-0. So that's the way that'll be scored. Sac fly will give the RBI. It was going to be deep enough to score. The runner from third in Meager. But now it's 10-0, and the Bee Diggers have committed 3 errors in the inning and 5 in the game. And you really can't certainly blame Braylon Rule at all. The defensive support has not been there.
If you don't have defense, you can't just pitch.
Well, I mean, we knew that Sadie Ross was going to bring it for Eaton. The only way the Bee Diggers were going to win this game was to keep it low scoring. But now at 10-0, they just want to get to the 7th inning. And the offering. And that is low. 1 ball and no strikes. We are approaching the top of the hour. A few minutes shy of noon Mountain Time. This is 1010 KSIR. Brush, Fort Morgan, Sterling. The pitch swung on and chopped over the middle of shortstop. Riley Lake dives. It's a base hit into center field. Another run scores as crossing home plate is Jamie Woody. An RBI single for Brooke Beacon, who homered in her previous at-bat. Eaton now leads 11-0. That'll send up Alexis Schmidt. Grounded out and hit by a pitch. Well, we're not going to go an hour and a half here if Brush doesn't get some outs, because Eaton might be just 3 outs away from winning this game. Swung on and driven foul up the left side.
And even now, John, I'm looking at the board, and there's no outs for Eaton.
Right. I mean, this inning should have been over probably 3 minutes ago.
Mm-hmm.
But 3 errors, and Eaton has done a nice job of capitalizing. It's not just Brush errors. Eaton has got 9 hits in a game, including a home run from Brooke Beacom. No balls and 1 strike. And the offering outside. No throw to second. as the lead runner was well off the bag. The count levels at 1-1 to Alexis Schmidt. Eaton's going to bat around here in this inning. This is the 8th hitter of the inning and still nobody out. So Blake Duncan will be up for the second time unless the B-Diggers can turn a double play somewhere. Foul to the backstop. Ball 1, strike 2. Here to the number 8 hitter, Alexis Schmidt. And Brush will have to also work on their infield defense a bit. A lot of grounders getting through. And that, on a short field like you have in softball, you anticipate off the bat, and that's a hit batsman. Up and in. And the bases are loaded. And are they going to send her back? Let's see what's going to happen here. The umpire is speaking, having a conversation with a first base coach. I don't think they're going to send her back. I'm not sure. Nope. Here comes Tom Odell. Yeah, she didn't lean into it. She was just hit by the pitch. She's done a
Second
solid job
hit
in the inning. In fact, the on-deck hitter, Blake Duncan, was also hit because Coach Odell's got the softball in his right hand. Coach Odell just having a conversation with
savings
his pitcher.
alone. Mobile banking on the
he
go
knows.
makes
He
banking
knows.
easier for you when you're on the go. Check it out today.
Nope. Braylon Rule will remain on the mound. A lot of unearned runs she's allowed. And here is the 9th hitter of the inning and the 9th hitter of the lineup, Emma Pinkstaff. She popped to right and she popped to left. She is 0 for 2 in the game. Bases loaded, nobody out. The pitch swung on and driven foul up the left side. No balls and 1 strike. This is their biggest inning so far, and it's going to get bigger unless the B-Diggers can do something quickly here in the infield. 5 runs across. Their second biggest inning was the first when they tallied 4. And the 0-1 swung on and lifted into shallow left center field. That will drop for a base hit. 1 run is going to score. They will not send the runner from second. It's an RBI for Pinkstaff, her first hit of the game. And Eaton now leads 12-0. And that ball was not hit hard, but in the right spot. And here's Blake Duncan, singled, walked, and reached on an error. The pitch bounces in.
Giorgio does a nice job of blocking.
Oh, she's an excellent catcher. I mean, she commands that position very well. And those knees have to be tired in this inning. Swung on and lifted into shallow right field, and making the catch is Odell. The runner tags from third and scoring on the play. On the sac fly by Duncan, making it 13-0, is Brooke Beacom.
Now batting number 3, Jay Jarnigan.
We did get 1 out, though.
Well, that was big. And the runner at second advanced to third. The offering. Swung on and chopped to short. Lake has got it. Sets. Throws to first. Out. 2 down. Nice play. Very nice play. But again, another run scores. It's an RBI there for Jennifer Jarnigan. She's now 2 for 4.
Now batting number 22.
Eaton now with a 14-0 lead. Tough to see the screen here with all this sun. Pitches up and away. 1 ball and no strikes. Hitting for the second time in the inning is Ross. 0 for 2. Fielder's choice, lined out and hit by a pitch. And the offering. Swung on and lifted to first base. Abreu is going back, still going back, and the ball's going to drop. That'll be a base hit. Ross to second to throw the slide, and safe. Man, talk about a fly ball that was placed perfectly, still on the clay. And Ross was able to place it just over the first baseman, Abreu. Scoring from second was Pinkstaff, and it's now 15-0 in favor of the Reds.
Courtesy number runner,
We have a courtesy runner on second base now.
Montoya.
Yaritza Puente had a huge RBI single earlier in this frame. 9 across for the Reds in the inning, the offering. And that is a strike. on the outer half. No balls and 1 strike. One more out just to get out of this frame. And that bounces in, nearly clipped the batter. Now, we'll recap this inning once we get to the bottom of the 4th in terms of, we know the B-Diggers did commit 3 miscues in the field, which didn't help. The pitch, outside corner, strike 2. 1 ball and 2 strikes. 4 runs in the first inning, single tallies in the second and third, and 9 runs in the 4th. 1-2. Swung on and lifted into right field. That one is going to drop in front of Olivia Odell for a base hit. Runner around third. Scoring to make it 16-0. The single by Puente. Plates the run. Wow. Crazy. Well, the inning continues for Jamie Woody, 2 for 3 with 3 RBIs.
You know, John, just thinking about next week, it's going to be a real tough game. It's looking like this.
Yep. Well, let's see here. We're going to have might have a different hitter up there, yeah. We'll have a different hitter, number 12 here for Eaton. That might be Carly Havel. That's Carly Havel will be the hitter. 10 runs across. Insane. And that one nearly clipped her. 1 ball and no strikes. Now, there's a couple of base hits they've had that were not hit hard at all. They were just placed perfectly, but this is what happens in softball, just like in baseball. You make some mistakes, then everything starts falling for you. The offering, swing and a miss. Count levels at 1 ball and 1 strike. So Brush has to score twice in order to extend it to the 5th inning. And the offering, swung on and lifted into right center field. That is going to be a base hit. And the play is going to be made to third. The throw, and that one skips by Corral. And the hitter goes to second on the throw. Another base hit, this one coming from Havel. We got to check out the Eaton total now in terms of hits. But again, everything is falling, Evan. That was not hit particularly hard. They have 13 hits in the game now.
13 hits and 16 runs scored.
And here we're going to have another hitter coming up.
Now batting number 28, Jay Montoya.
And Jalen Montoya is now the hitter. Base hit up the middle into center field on the first pitch to her. Another run scores for Eaton. Oh, this is incredible. And it's now 17-0. 14th hit for Eaton in the game. I mean, this is just insane right now. And the pitch is a strike to Brooke Beacom. 3 for 3, 2 singles and a home run for this hitter. The pitch swung on and fouled to the backstop, beyond the backstop. It's 0-2. How you doing, Evan?
Oh, I'm doing good. About yourself, John?
I mean, the game is really not worth, unfortunately, talking about now with 11 runs across. The pitch swung on and grounded into left field. That's another base hit. Beacom is now 4 for 4 in the game. Another RBI. Eaton has 12 across in the 4th inning, and they lead Brush 18-0. Here's Alexis Schmidt. She's been hit by 2 pitches in the game and grounded out prior to that. Swung on and grounded a third. Nice stab there by Corral. High throw, but applying the tag is Abreu. And the inning is finally over. But the Eaton Reds put together a clinic in the inning. We'll recap it coming up here in just 1 minute. The B-Diggers need to play 4 runs to extend this to a 5th inning. It is Eaton 18, Brush nothing on 1010 KSIR and the Eastern Plains Sports Network. On the Eastern Plains Sports Network, I'm John Beltran with Evan James. Let's move to the bottom of the fourth inning. Eaton 18,
Leading off your beginners, center,
Brush nothing.
Rule.
In that inning, 12 runs on 9 hits with 3 errors. Sadie Ross, looking for the 4-inning no-hitter, delivers a strike. Brooke Rule struck out looking her first time up. Well, Eaton, based on this performance alone, will be a state title contender. Swung on and grounded at second. Nice diving stab. Throw to first. Late. It's a base hit. Nice job by Brooke Rule getting down the line. Alexis Schmidt made a great play to her left. But the speed of Rule beats it out. Okay, they're not going to get no hit in the game. That's good. Annalise Glosson struck out on 3 pitches her first time up. Well, again, Brooke Rule is one of those veteran hitters, like Corral, like Georgiou. So they're not going to go down without swinging. Strike, easy steal for Rule. I think if the Bee Diggers just pick up a run here, that's a victory. I mean, not on the field, but something. That's momentum, I should say.
Exactly.
Just some momentum going into the Tuesday game. Hitting with a close stance. Pitch, swing and a miss, late swing. No balls and 2 strikes. Yeah, I'm not sure Glosson has seen pitching like this, at least not at a Ross. We didn't see it, and not just her. A lot of Bee Diggers have to adjust to the speed of this freshman right-hander. Swing and a miss, down and away. Second consecutive time that Glosson strikes out on 3 pitches, there's 1 down.
And knowing that she's a freshman, it's gonna
Right.
play the role
yeah.
of.
She's got a lot of talent.
Oh yeah.
A lot of talent. Even though it's a freshman striking her out, but that freshman pitches like a senior. The pitch, and that clipped her. Did they get her? Or did they call it a foul? Nope. Hit by pitch. Georgiou's at first, so headed back to second is Brooke Rule. Eaton is 2 outs away from winning this game. Alexis Corral grounded a third. Brush needs 4 runs in the 4th to extend this to a 5th inning. They won by 16 on Thursday. That might be Alia Carrera, courtesy runner at first. First and second, the pitch. Strike. Belt high on that heater. Down the middle, it's 0-1. To Alexis Corral, a senior. Coming off a very solid junior season. The offering upstairs. Ball 1, strike 1. Post game coming up. Hopefully not for a while. Let's see if Brush can just generate some offense. Corral's a really good hitter. Base hit will score the speedy Rule from second. The 1-1. Upstairs. 2-1. Sadie Ross can smell the finish line. But the Bee Diggers want to make sure that finish line is further away. 2-1 to Corral. The pitch swung on, lined, and off the first baseman's glove. That's a base hit picked up by the pitcher, Ross, and the bases are loaded. Alexis Corral with a single, and the Bee Diggers have the bases loaded. Their second hit of the inning for Braylon Rule. Okay. Now there is something cooking here. We should mention Eaton won their first game of the season over Valley 10-0. The pitch is a strike, so Eaton has not allowed a run so far this season. But Brush is knocking on the door. 0-1 to Rule. She grounded out her first time up. Braylon Rule's the lead runner. The pitch swung on. That ball is grounded to second. And did she tag the runner out? Yes, Corrales tagged out. The run scores. Braylon Rule picks up the RBI. Brooke Rule was the lead runner. And the Bee Diggers now trail 18-1, but it is an RBI for the sophomore pitcher, Braylon Rule. Tagged out going from first to second was Corral.
Number 8, Natalie Hall.
Hey, like I said, anything. It'll be 4 unassisted. Anything just to get the Bee Diggers going. The pitch. Strike to Natalie Poss. Poss lined to first base her first time up. Remember, she was late on those swings and hit a shot over there that was caught by the first baseman. That one bounces in, bounces away. Runner towards the plate. Correa scores. Carrera, that is. I'll get the name down. Carrera scores from third in the wild pitch. And it's now 18-2. But you need 2 more. If Poss can hit one out, that extends the inning. And again, it's just some momentum here for Brush. And the offering swung on line foul, late swing. And now it is 1 ball and 2 strikes. Yeah, there's no doubt the 2 errors in the first inning really got Eaton going. And they were able to come through the pitch. That is just inside. That nearly ended the game. Barely missed. 2-2 to left fielder Natalie Poss. Right-handed hitter for Brush. We're in the bottom of the 4th inning. Sadie Ross delivers. Swing and a miss. And that'll do it. And Eaton wins the game by a score of 18-2. The Bee Diggers in the 4th inning get 2 runs on 2 hits. No errors, and they left a base runner. We'll take a break. We'll wrap this thing up in 2 minutes. The final score. The Eaton Reds in 4 innings defeat the Brush Bee Diggers 18-2 on 1010 KSIR and the Eastern Plains Sports Network.
The Bee Diggers postgame show is brought to you by Buildings by Design. When it comes to experience, Buildings by Design is the best in the business. Quality, commitment, and experience makes Buildings by Design the only choice when it comes to your next project.
John Beltran with Evan James. Tough game for the Bee Diggers here this morning. From Joslyn Field and Brush, Eaton wins 18-2. 18 runs, 15 hits, no errors, 5 left on base for Eaton. 2 runs, 2 hits, 5 errors, and 1 left on base for the Bee Diggers. That 4-run first inning, fueled by Jamie Woody's 2-run single, was their second biggest inning. It was the 12-run 4th that did in the Bee Diggers. But you look at Eaton. Not only did Woody have 3 RBIs, so did Yaritza Puente and Brooke Beacom, who hit the only home run of the game. Jennifer Jarnigan with 2 RBIs. The Bee Diggers did get on the board in the bottom of the 4th inning. Their only RBI came from Braylon Rule as the other run scored on the wild pitch. The winning pitcher was Sadie Ross, and Braylon Rule takes the lost time of the game. An hour and 14 minutes. It was quick. And unfortunately for Brush, they come out on the losing end. Bee Diggers will take on the University Bulldogs coming up on Tuesday, the defending state champions from Greeley, in a rematch of the state championship game. And we'll have that game for you beginning at 4 o'clock right here on 1010 KSIR, as well as KSIR.com and the Eastern Plains Sports Network. Once again, the final score on a Saturday morning in Brush from Joslyn Field. The Eaton Reds in 4 innings defeat the Brush Bee Diggers by a score of 18-2. Eaton moves to 2-0 and Brush drops to 1-1. You heard it right here on 1010 KSIR and the Eastern Plains Sports Network.